Basil.
Okay, Basil is here.
No, you can. Yeah, I'm You're making me laugh, Jason.
Right?
Oh, I picture it. It's in my head, and it's the vision. The visual is just hilarious.
Oh, saying so you open the door and that's when you know. They have to use the little boost.
Oh. All right, who's Dario Herrera? All right, just remain. We're waiting for your attorney to come back, okay? And then is there anyone else who's here whose client is not in custody? All right, who's your client?
Laara, present this.
All right.
She looks. Did you hear the sound? You're like,
All right, counsel, if you can have your client come up.
Yes, sir. My son is
What you guys think?
Louis Thompson.
Is he down or out of bone?
Usually. Flores, sí, so.
I don't know you.
We're good.
Okay.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 1302, State of Texas versus Paulo. Laara, could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Applying for the senior to Mr. Paulo rescind this letter.
and are you Mr. Laara?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Thank you. Oh, no problem. Mr. Laara, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and did you sign it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Laara, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand them and did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with racing on a highway bodily injury? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Laara, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be 120 hours of community service restitution, the driver's safety course, and 90-day driver's license suspension. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Your Honor, I offer States Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
Right, you may continue to confer.
Thank you.
Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, Mr. Laara, is aware of what took place. He is wanting to take responsibility and he asked to please, follow the recommendation of the state. That is all, Judge.
All right, how old are you?
26.
All right. Why do you think this is okay to do this?
It's a bad decision.
Why are you making bad decisions? You're 26.
I shouldn't have.
All right, people watching too much Fast and the Furious. You could have ended up dead. The other person could have ended up dead. And then the innocent people who are just trying to get home or go to work could have ended up dead because of what you're doing. How long have you been a licensed driver?
Since 18, 19.
Mhm. Do you have any children?
I do not.
Age?
2 years and 10 months.
All right. When they become 18, do you want them doing this?
I do not.
Are you employed?
Yes, I am.
What do you do?
I'm a welder, lead welder in an oil and gas company.
Mhm. All right, this is what the court is going to do. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. 2 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There should be regular UAs. Usually the patch doesn't work for welders because it's too hot. But if he would like to consider the patch probation, if the patch works and you want to consider the patch, you can have the patch as opposed to coming into the office to do the regular UAs. Your attorney will tell you the benefits of that. It does cost more, but there are certain benefits that go with that. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. There's to be 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you complete the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. You're going to do the driver's safety course. There's a 90-day license suspension. And there'll be one field visit. And if everything appears to be okay, state you can, I'm sorry, probation, you can conduct field visits as you deem appropriate. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. In order to be successful in this courtroom on probation, communication is key. If you feel like there's an issue and probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to court. We're here usually Monday through Friday, except for holidays and weekends, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. Just remain and speak with probation.
We will. Did you need me?
All right, Dominique Nicholson. Fabian Ramirez. All right, just have a seat. Your attorney's not here. Renee Cantu, attorney's not here.
Correct. He is in West County,
He
All
did
right.
ask Judge if he can come by Zoom. I don't know how to get in touch with him. But we were asking. We
Okay,
have to go to Addis.
all right, Louis Thompson. Yes. Are y'all ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
Could I have a file stamp for probation?
Yes.
Thank you. Court is calling 2022 CR 0273, State of Texas versus Louis Fletcher Thompson. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Second for the statement.
Defense?
Orlando waits for the defense.
All right. Are you Louis Fletcher Thompson?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Louis Fletcher Thompson who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0273 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on February 10th, 2022 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Louis Fletcher Thompson, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of October and November 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, I don't believe there's any other violation of conditions.
No. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
True.
No, knowing that I could sentence you to prison for 20 years and up to $10,000 fine, do you still wish to plead to true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that?
Counsel.
That my client is going to remain in custody to do another top evaluation, continue him on deferred adjudication.
All right, so I'm wondering, why should I do this? And the reason why I ask that is because this is not his first motion to revoke. So we had previous motion to revoke for him, and he was to participate in lifetime recovery program.
Which he did, Your Honor.
All right.
Completed.
And then after that, he was here just April 13th, 2023. It was a violation of condition number 4. And now we're back for another violation of condition number 4. I don't know if there's anything to do for him.
We're not going to sit here, Your Honor, and make excuses for my client. There have been substantial issues in his life. He's homeless, not that that's an excuse. I mean, he's working to make himself better at this point. He indicated to me, and I know I talked to probation as well, that probation makes every single accommodation available to have him report, whether that's in person, on the phone, via Zoom. So opportunities have been made. He's not here telling the court, you know what, I just absconded. He's actually trying. He's been through some turbulent circumstances in his life. One of those being is he's gotten some of his objects stolen from him, his cell phone, so that made it a little bit impossible for him. He doesn't have a vehicle. He's homeless. So he hasn't had those opportunities, but he's keeping to try and do better. If the court looks at the motion or at the paperwork submitted by probation, he's continuing to do everything. He's completed the classes. So we're asking this court to just give him the opportunity to not be a convicted felon in this matter.
Probation,
Judge, would ask that if he is not revoked or him to undergo a new tap and make DDRF screening while he's in custody. And if DDRF is recommended, if he meets the criteria that he actually be sent to DDRF, that is if he's not revoked.
okay. Is there anything you wish to say?
Yes, I do.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Louis Fletcher Thompson III.
All right, what do you wish to say?
That I tried to port in, but they moved my probation office to a different area, and I don't know San Antonio like this. So I got lost. I tried to find it 2 days in a row, and I got lost on the west side. I had to sleep in the streets because I couldn't find it. And I promise I tried.
So why don't you just go back to the same probation office?
Because they moved me.
No. Even though they move you, if you get lost and you can't find the location, why not just go back to your regular location and say, hey, I can't find this new location y'all are sending me to. I'm not familiar with San Antonio. Where is it?
Oh, I didn't know that I could do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
because the goal
but
is to make,
If y'all gave me another chance, can you put me back over there?
no, I mean, I'm not in charge of where you're placed. So what are we gonna do about this?
Well, I believe that if the court does keep him on the deferred and we do the whole new top evaluation and the DDRF, I think it would be beneficial for him to actually do the DDRF program, which is something that he's indicated to me.
All right, so how are we gonna address the homeless issue and all of that?
Well,
Can I go to a homeless group home?
No, I mean, it's just in general. No, you're not doing that right now. Right now, I'm trying to make a decision on whether to revoke you or not. They're saying tap evaluation and DDRF, which is fine. But my concern is if I go along with this, once he's completed everything, are we going to be right back here with he has no place to stay, he's missing?
I guess that question, Judge, is a little bit more outside
No, it's not.
my pay grade in the sense that I do not know the answer to cure homelessness at this point. Had I known the answer to that, I don't think I would be a lawyer at this point, but if the programs actually do allow him to maybe do some rehabilitation and get him into the workforce, that would essentially give him the opportunity to get his life together, get him a job, get him a pay, and he can start looking for an actual place to reside. But at this moment, I don't have a solution.
I get SSI.
Okay, so they have a community court. They probably have some resources that can be given to him. If you get those resources in writing or something and give to him.
Well, I think that would be fantastic for him, but if that's the case, then I don't want him to be a convicted felon because maybe he won't be allowed to get some of those resources, especially for second-degree felons.
So if I continue him, you're walking over the community court, which is right next door, to get those resources. So he have them before he leaves to go back to the jail today.
I think that would be a great idea. I'll walk over to County Court 15 and get those.
All right. Court will deny the motion, alternate conditions. To include TAP and DDRF in custody. Is there anything else?
Nothing further from the defense.
Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else?
I would ask that maybe make a condition that if he doesn't report after 1 month to file the NCR.
Yes. All right. If you don't report after 1 month, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
So go next.
Yes. And Deputy Mahia, he's going to go next door to grab some information for him. Yes.
On Mr. Laara's case, good, that we just took a AR, he actually resides in Wilson County. Can we have permission for him to live there but still report here?
If you can, does he want to live there and report here? Oh, that's fine. Yes.
Thank you.
Domingo Martinez Junior. Zach, do you have the information on the police report for Mr. Jimenez's
Sure
claim?
do, Judge.
Ah, if you all will come forward.
Absolutely. Counsel, you still have it, right?
Yes.
And anyone else, if your paperwork is ready, I've called the files that I have here. The files I have are Dario Herrera, Dominique Nicholson.
Lorraine just came in and said she's still in the punishment phase.
Okay. All right, I'll take care of that then right after this. And then I have Renee Cantu, Domingo Martinez, and Kevin Young. All right, we're back on the record and night mag number 751570, State versus Joe Angel Flores. If parties could announce for the state
Dr. for the state, Your Honor.
defense.
Tony Jimenez.
All right, so it was a request by defense to change the bond conditions or modify the bond conditions from no contact to no harmful or injurious contact with Miss Samantha Flores. And the court was wondering if there was a police report or any information to give to the court so the court can make a decision on the no contact.
Yes, Judge. It's a relatively short little sub-paragraph here. Mind if I read to the court?
Any
Okay,
objection?
No objections.
After going out at the location, there was an argument between victim and suspect. Victim told detective that suspect began to assault her, but did not specify what exactly had happened. Victim had visible bruising to her arms. And that is essentially what the summation of the latter paragraph is from.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, and state you're in agreement to this motion?
Yes, Your Honor, I know she had kind of spoken to the court, and given the nature of the report and her lack of a safety concern, that was the critical reason why state was unopposed when speaking with defense about the motion.
Okay. And he has a parole hold, correct?
Correct, Judge.
And what is that for?
That is for this offense, Your Honor, and non-reporting.
Oh, no, I mean, the underlying cause number that he's on parole for or the underlying charge?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I do not know. It's an aggravated assault case, Judge.
All right, knowing that he's on parole for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, does that change anything for the state?
It does in that, obviously with respect to this complainant, she had articulated herself the lack of safety concerns. But I guess with respect to any other modifications, we wouldn't want to put the community in any additional risk. So I guess if we kept every other condition as is, it doesn't affect the community writ large, save for the modification with respect to this component.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, please.
Because he's in the jail, I will allow him to have phone contact with the complainant. If he's released from custody at some point in time with regards to the blue warrant, defense, you can always come back and I'll reconsider.
Yes, Your Honor.
So he's allowed to have phone contact, but no in-person contact. Do you understand? All right, is there anything else from either side?
No, we appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Your Honor.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
very much.
You're welcome. Hello.
Definitely, Your Honor.
Who do you have?
I had Miller coming, Your Honor. It's not on the docket today. It was an off docket matter, but it was a motion to set a bond. There was a off bond warrant. He issued my client's in custody. He's okay with it, reinstating the initial.
All right, so is your client here today? Well, if you have a motion file, you need to take it to Judge Nahara.
Okay, the live meeting back. Just been waiting for you for.
No, I don't have it up here. I have I have is it Joseph Smith?
No, Your Honor, Millard Cummings, it's mine.
I have Lee, Andrew Martinez, Joseph Smith, and Jose Lozano. That's all I have. I don't have what you're saying.
It's on a page, Judge.
It was actually the order of the motion.
I don't have that. If I had it, I would have called it.
Several times since about 10 this morning.
All right, Dominique Nicholson, Miss Ferguson. Since she's in trial, could you recall this for in May, please? Okay. Dominique Nicholson,
He's downstairs.
all right, could you let him know his attorney is in jury trial and we'll bring him back on May 7th?
Yes, Judge.
Don't have much.
And then I have a Miller Cummings. That's it? Okay, well, clerk, it's not your issue. There you go. I always, on bond motions, I require that the defendant be here because according to the law, there are certain things that I must do in order to set a bond. I can't just set it.
Probably about 10 o'clock this morning.
Dario Herrera. So defense attorneys, prosecutors, I think everybody knows there's a law. I can't just be setting bonds just because people agree to it. I need the defendants present before me so that questions can be asked, because if I end up setting a bond for somebody for $10,000 or a PR bond, and it turns out they have mental health issues and they commit suicide, guess who that's on? That's on me. If I set a bond for somebody and they end up going out and harming other people in the public, you know who that's on? That's on me, because I didn't follow the law to talk to them to try to figure out if they have a drug problem, if they have mental health issues. Just throwing that out there for everybody. Okay, someone's here for Dario. Dario? Oh, where is he?
We have a few things under the Patreon. Maybe those ones.
Who do you have?
Fabian Ramirez.
All right, Fabian Ramirez.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Ramirez.
How you doing, ma'am?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Doing good.
All right. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 2909, State of Texas versus Fabian Ramirez. Can our parties announce for the record for the state
Back on Thursday.
defense?
Zachary Wills.
And are you Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and reviewed it with your client?
Yes, Honor, we reviewed it together.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ramirez, did you review the document entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney and sign it?
Ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you weigh the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Honor, we did.
State proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, the state is waiving and abandoning the habitual enhancement.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I noticed from looking at the plea bargain page that there is a recommendation for community supervision. Is he just applying for community supervision?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, that, I threw the application in there. I wasn't sure if the court need that paperwork or not, but
Oh, no, I need the application paperwork in there, but that application is for deferred in for community supervision. So he's not
My
applying
apologies.
for deferred adjudication?
no, Your Honor, it's a straight probation.
All right, thank you. All right. Mr. Ramirez, do you understand you're charged with by indictment with assault family second offense? That's a third degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yeah.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Ramirez, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. State recommends community supervision. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Justin Ramirez. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that as your plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, you understand.
State?
Yes, Judge.
And did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. Did you understand that's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers states one and attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking that the court waives the assignment.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client, understandably does have a long history. We just ask that the court follow the agreement. Unfortunately, this is a father-son relationship that, I think, was on the rocks on the day of this incident. My client is aware of the no contact order. He will abide by that no contact order until his son sees fit to ask the court to modify that condition.
All right, so, Mr. Ramirez, at the time of this offense, were you intoxicated? What was going on?
Oh man, we're just arguing.
Why then is your answer to arguments or miscommunication? It appears that it's always your answer is to get violent. Why are you doing that?
Well, I don't know.
All right, I mean, well, tell me about yourself.
Well, I had my wallet and he refused to give me my wallet.
I'm sorry, what?
I had a wallet that had an ID from my grandfather
Mhm.
and I cherished it. And he did not want to give it back to me, so I got upset with him. And we scuffled.
All right, he's saying that you came asking for that wallet and he said he had no idea where it was.
I don't believe that's true. I believe he had it.
All right, so how does that translate to you ripping off of outdoor security camera and then hitting him with it?
I don't know, man.
All right. Do you have any mental health issues?
No,
Have you ever been diagnosed with mental health issues?
no,
Have you ever used drugs?
no.
Drank alcohol?
Yes,
How often have you drank alcohol?
very seldom.
All right, so I don't understand what your issue is. I don't understand why your go-to for arguments, disagreements, or tribulations is for you to become violent. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm trying to figure out, 1, should I grant this application? And 2, what programs could help you? So it seems from looking at your history, every time something goes wrong in your life and there's some upset, your answer is violence.
Actually, it's not, man.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
I think the appropriate class, I believe, my client would be more than willing to take these classes, would be an anger management course.
Mhm.
Maybe some, if there is available free counseling, for anger, I guess that'd be part of the anger management course. My client would be more than willing to abide by those conditions set up by the court. I think that, as he stated, I think emotions ran high that day, on both parties, but obviously my client understands and is wanting to change and is willing to make those changes. And I think an anger management course would help facilitate those changes.
All right, are you employed,
No, man.
retired, what?
No, nothing yet.
All right, how do you support yourself?
I just work. I work once in a while with friends.
Is this your only child?
No, man.
How many children do you have?
I have two.
And what's the age of your children?
One is 21, Justin, and I have Aiden Junior, he's 34.
All right, this court is going to do, as previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Justin Ramirez. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. The MRT course, the BIPP, and field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And 100 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Oh, man.
All right, I'm hoping the MRT course will help you with your thought processes. If there's an issue and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. You're gonna have to start making better choices. Your answer to every conflict or tribulation or something bad happening in your life, your go-to should not be violence. You understand?
Ma'am,
All right, good luck to you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a seat, sir.
Anyone else ready? Okay.
No, it's great. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. That was me doing my, trying to, my good faith. She's on this.
Judge,
Yes.
on that last plea,
Mm-hmm.
Ramirez.
Yes.
What was the term?
2 years, suspended and probated for 2 years. Did I not say that on the record? All right, we're back on the record. Could I see that fall? Thank you.
Was it?
Ramirez.
I think she just did it.
All right, Fabian, could you have him grab the file? Mr. Ramirez, we're back on the record with Fabian Ramirez. All right, we're back on the record in 2023, CR 2909. Mr. Ramirez, I wanted to let you know, in case I didn't say it on the record, I'm following the plea bargain agreement that you reached with your attorney. So you're going to be sentenced to 2 years in the prison, but it's going to be suspended for 2 years. So you'll be on probation for 2 years. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
There's a couple of consumptive circles.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's actually not such a June 11th, but you told the bunch of them, then June 30th, well, since it's June, it's what we say.
Mhm.
We just reset it, or
Let me
you see
see.
it for the June 11th. I don't know what time it'll be back in the next-
This is wrong.
And it's for sentencing, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, it was set for June 11th. I see.
You can do that, you tell them whenever the tax and something else is done, and then you come back early. If they
Okay.
want to.
Mhm.
And so they should.
All right, put it for June 11th.
Just keep it June 11th.
Mhm. Thanks.
Renee, come back.
That's right.
Bye.
Your original date is June 11th.
Yes,
June
June 11th.
Yeah.
Thank you.
reset it?
No, I have it. Yes.
All right.
He's always on time, Norman.
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And just let your attorney know.
Yes, ma'am. I will. Thank you very much.
Remember the cause of my issues, but always a fun for it.
And Norma,
Um,
don't change the date for him anymore.
Okay,
Thanks.
and then on this one.
Literally.
Yes. Here, one issue is the. So wait, this is on the other. And so I'm sending you a meeting, May 16th.
I said that's all.
Can we put a hold on him till then? Will
Yes,
TBC
I'll-
check him back?
Yes, I'll let them know.
Okay.
And they said if they can be done in the afternoon
Okay,
at 2:30.
okay. All right, then.
That's only business. If you find it on the screen, it's the backstroke. I think that's what they do. Huh? I think that's what they do. That's showing you the backstroke. Yes, sir.
You know, sometimes I get that way.
Mine, shut that down real quick. No, that was before, like, what can you do? They gotta get. I know, that was obvious. Yeah. It's funny, sometimes. They're versatile. Six people said. Six people. Oh, shit. I know he did. Not many. I'll remember. And they're like that.
Hello.
Yeah, we were ahead about it. I believe Ray, surprised judge of it. Well. It's approaching, so what you think?
All right, so that's supposed to be set for another day with Miss Ferguson.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, if y'all wanna, because we're extremely busy, if y'all want to bring it back on Monday, you can, or either you can bring it back on the 29th.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
I'd rather do it in front of you, Judge.
That's, yeah, I picked the 29th date.
Okay, all right, just let Miss Ferguson know. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah. I should-
Yes.
Nothing cool.
Associated stuff, you know, we seem to carry.
Yes, hello. Oh, I'm doing fine.
Real fishy, given that I haven't had lunch. I'm done. No, it's Christmas. I promise. So it's. No, it's spelled. That was pretty good. That's. Let me see what else I have. No. I got you.
No, I don't have a violation report on Kenneth Golfo.
Oh, you ruled on that one this morning.
Okay, all right, thanks.
That's what did with Woodard, right?
Yes,
I was ready.
all right, so those are done.
Okay.
All right, and Deputy Laura, we're sending everybody back no later than 4. So if people are not here, they're going back.
I don't know. They're bad. The video. I don't see how soon. This is what it is. Shared. I was tripping. Oh, yeah. Now you can see the swirl, right? No one. Well, should be confident in the scene. Super. This was a couple of. Yes, because it was straight. That's true. That's a good point. That's your motion. I would say those are great points. What's up? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you did.
That's hard, 26% cameras a single day.
No, that's not.
Hard to do this.
It's hard. Now, thankfully, I have ability for the online version, which is what used to be the case.
It's when.
I had a, since I started, back when I was. I can try to find. It was.
You know how Rosie sells it to you, you could do it in jail, you could do. You could do it.
Okay. 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 I can try to, what I can do is. Here, I'd like to, but if I can do, and I'm gonna just think about it. That's what he's on. He's not. He's not. I'm just going. Yes, so it's a little bit better. I was just the second. Be embarrassed. Angeline, whoever it was. Usually. That was fun. Oh, you were right. You're right. Thank you. You're correct. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh, that's fine. You're on the clock. You might have another ABI. Just.
It's on its last.
Oh, it's.
They don't know any trials. Did you ever do a trial from the judge jury?
Yes,
Yeah, they don't know what a trial's like.
they don't, yeah,
It was fun.
yep.
Number 6.
We're working on the paperwork.
All right, thank you.
You don't need mine? It says you need mine for going to. I'm not busy, so we have to talk about it. We could speak to the deal, they said we might come on to that. So our motion is to let him work 7 days instead of 5 and to wait weeks. Because we could have been- Okay. It's fine. Sometimes you do generous, sometimes you do not.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. I'm gonna make okay, I sent you a text just whenever you get a chance.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
it, that's
Yeah.
all it is.
Okay, let's continue then.
Yes. I went to Addis, I went to Jordanton this morning.
Nice, okay. Like, it's meant to tell her that you know me better than I know myself.
That's good. You never feel.
I did.
Should put some-
I appreciate it and I will not be down.
Now I'm gonna buy you a note. Thank you.
I'll see you.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, that's like the police are saying for the house and. For one case, it's not across all. Cases. That's the. Yeah. I don't know. Me when someone with a knife was on. Yeah. I ain't opening this spot. One of the ones. They're all the same charge. And it's staying bigger cost, right? There's different victims. One was his mother, one was his sister. That's right. That's the immigration. I'm sorry? Well, they're still gonna. They did, but the problem is. I'm just saying. Yeah, they did get affidavits. One of them, the police. Yeah, I think the one that was got. Which was one without the police? The big thick one.
Dario?
Let me ask him.
Oh.
Yeah, please. I'll ask him. Valerie is, I can tell you that. Valerie's sister, Andrea, mother, actually, the mother's the one that was for there. So he was out there, parked on. Grabbed her. That's a good one. Sure. That's my favorite one. Valerie's assistant. So, is this the one? Did I pick the right one? Andrea's the mother, so I think it's mother. And then let's see. Officer saw the raised hand on that she wanted to shoot. City matches. Then raised on staff Valerie. There's kind of mixed up that Andrea broke away, and they're all kind of together here. And I would just say, yeah, the only one that's not is probably this one. These two are outside. Kind of both. She keeps with her. So they're kind of back. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, you bet. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it's the same charge. Absolutely, no, have a different charge. Said one way. Yeah.
Judge, are we done with Joe Flores? That's with Tony Jimenez?
Yes,
We're done?
yes.
You here? Did you amend them or did you?
I'm never gonna.
Yeah.
Yes, we amended it.
Never.
Flores?
No. You didn't.
It's granted.
Yes, sir, too.
Take it.
Flores. You need him? No. He's done too? Now we're just gonna guess. Okay. Ramirez, taken. Come on. Yes.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Mr. Herrera, your officers, your number is on the last page. When you get out. Only one is left. They don't have anything. I want a blister. They don't have this hurt. I didn't give them. Picture. It's up there. Downstairs. Get up.
Judge,
Yes.
If I'm getting bullied by a defense attorney, can I go to the court for help?
No, I mean,
What if it's bad?
just 1 second. Could you mute us for a second?
I forgot. Oh, no.
I'm telling you, my mom, Hunter, first prosecutor. Yeah,
She's frozen, they're just
Yeah.
getting.
come right around. Yes, you may approach. How are you doing?
I'm just
How-
getting excited for Fiesta, little India. Oh.
See?
We
The
just
judge,
got-
that is
we
fudge.
Hunter, you need to stay with me on this. Mom knows.
I mean, I'm doesn't sleep, Judge.
There you go. Thank you.
They made,
We're like the punished children inside the house looking at the kids play outside.
oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, lunch break, I guess. When's a parade gonna make its way through here?
He cooks that day when they comes by.
Who do you have next week? Is he not gonna?
Charles Bonk.
On Mr. Kevin Wills?
Owens. Yeah.
Oh, Kevin
Yeah.
Owens.
Yeah.
Stalking.
Yeah, so that's when the trial will start. So,
Oh.
oh, just one second. Hey, Mom.
Well, I hope.
That's the best.
Mom, what's going on?
Yeah, it's freezing.
Well, you know what, they're doing good. Little one, had a bout with allergies, but she's coming around.
And then y'all are working on paperwork?
Yes,
Okay, all right, thank you.
yes, Judge, I'm working on it.
Thank you.
Take care of all.
Oh, my goodness. The
All right, thank
2-year-old
you.
likes to look at pictures of her 5-year-old sister when she was a baby. So we like to just lay there at night before bed and look at old pictures of the two of them. They're totally blown away by the technology.
Yeah.
Sure, I might catch a good one with them and some Fiesta dresses here soon. Yes, ma'am. Well, I miss being here too.
Well, they don't.
You too. Thank you so much. All right, I will. Yes, ma'am. You have a good day.
I know, and then
Yes, thanks.
Of course.
have you seen Tanisha
All righty.
on Monday
Not-
back here?
She is?
She's a coordinator and.
All right, who has Lee Galindo Jr.?
Yeah.
All right, where is he?
I'll have to check.
All right,
it
if you
out.
come
Is that-
forward.
Is that the one that's like on the 4th floor, kind of?
Over there.
Okay, it's like in the hallway, like one of those rooms? Checking. I'll let y'all get back to business. Yeah.
All right, have a good one. Good seeing you.
Come on.
All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 6947, State of Texas versus Lee Galindo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Brent de la Paz for legal Galindo.
All right, and are you Mr. Galindo?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're here for sentencing. You entered a plea on February 13th of no contest. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And the court found you guilty. You're referred for a PSI and TAP evaluation. And according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison, and the state is silent on your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any corrections from the state or the defense with regards to the PSI?
From the defense, just Judge,
Yes.
I hesitate to say minor, but there's some victim impact statements that are in here
Mhm.
that they weren't present. I think because of the vehicle involved, they were probably put on as victims because of the vehicle being in their name, is my
Mhm.
understanding. So the only person that was in the vehicle was, Miss Ignacio. And it's a very short impact statement that she has.
Okay.
I do want to, yes, commend your CLO helped out. Initially, Your Honor had made the referral over to drug court.
Yes.
Drug court, I think, did not want to talk to him or gave him a hard time about it. I came in, talked to your CLO, I talked to your CLO and magically we got a, so I just
Yeah,
want to say
because
thank
drug
you.
court usually doesn't give people a hard time.
Now there is, Your Honor, I do want to point out, I think I would save it for allocution as far as the, but those are the two main things I wanted to address.
All right, probation, what's the issue with drug court?
Judge, this is my first time hearing this today. I would need a little bit of.
All right, let's,
Or
because I want to see, because drug court has never given somebody a hard time. They speak to them. So I would like to know who was giving him a hard time,
I'll
if
also
that's
on my
the case.
It wasn't a hard time. It was just, I didn't talk to the judge or anything like that.
No, you're supposed to be screened to see if you
Yeah.
qualify.
Yeah, for the treatment, I really didn't understand the extent of the treatments that they have, and I think I misunderstood about the intensity of the treatment she was telling me that they were offering,
Mhm.
that she said I wouldn't be eligible for because I didn't fulfill some of the requirements on there. It wasn't a hard time, but it just misunderstood.
I think we're talking about two separate things, Your Honor. When I came in initially, when I asked Mr. Galindo if he had heard from any of the parties, yes, I had reached out to him. But drug courts did not want to talk to him because they said he did not fit. And I came and spoke with the CLO. And I don't remember exactly what she did, but the next thing I know, drug court did talk to him.
Okay, and state. All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I do, Your Honor. I think what Your Honor has is a history of immaturity, for lack of a better word. His last DWI, he did go to prison really with not an understanding or plan going forward. Eventually, he had to get out. He got out through his mom and help with some other friends. Got into the healthcare industry, and as Your Honor's read through his work history, now manages a number of renal care patients. Now has a lot more purpose, a lot more guidance and direction for what he does. Now, in addition to that, I don't know that it's truly reflected enough in here. But he does care for his mom post-COVID. He's been with her the last 4 years. Her husband at the time, not Mr. Galindo's father, husband at the time, developed a sickness, went back to his daughter, and I think in the Northeast, to be cared for. And so Mr. Galindo, his mom supports her, pays a lot of her necessities. And so now with this extra, I'm not gonna say weight, Your Honor, because it's children, but do need to take care of our parents, but with these extra responsibilities, he now has something to focus on. True, wasn't really focused on this particular one. But I will point out, Your Honor, this type of accident happens, if you listen to any of the billboard attorneys or any of the TV ads, and these happen hundreds of times a day just in San Antonio. And they have nothing to do with alcohol. This part did not to belittle the situation, Your Honor, but it's not a situation that necessarily required alcohol. Mr. Galindo, and he can address the court, but I will proffer this. At all times, has done the things that he's needed to do. He's had scram on, I think, the duration of this time period because he doesn't have a vehicle anymore. Has liked having scram on. I think he's one of the few people I've ever heard say that. But it holds him accountable. He's happy to keep it on. He's happy to do anything. No drug court has rejected him, but he has expressed that desire to go to any counseling, inpatient, outpatient, anything that needs to be done, Your Honor, to allow him to continue and actually fulfill any requirements that the court should set.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, I've read over everything and it's something that I need more time to think about as to whether or not I'm going to grant his application. And as my mom always says, there's no harm in thinking about it more. So I want to think about this some more before I make a decision.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall you all back for sentencing. Norma, when can they come back? If y'all want to do the week of April 29th, that's fine with me. Or if you want to do the week of May 6th, whatever, wherever we can fit him in, but no later than the week of May 6th.
I know the 30th would be okay.
Norma, is the 30th okay? All right, so we'll come back on April 30th. At that time, I'll make my decision. I would suggest that there be some letter or something from his employer. And I normally don't allow people to be in positions of working with the vulnerable. So his employer, if I decide to give him probation, they need to know about this case.
They do, Your Honor. It may be, I'm trying to think of, we did receive letters from his, because there was one of the character letters. And that might just be on me, Your Honor. Maybe I didn't get it in time because I know we were talking about it. Because one of the options would have been if we presented them possibly on Zoom, but they provided a letter. So I will get that as fast as possible. I'll try to even get that this week, Your Honor, so Your Honor can review this.
All right, so we'll come back on the 30th, and at that time, I'll be prepared to make a decision.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. Release you, John.
Yes. Well, once you sign the reset form,
Yes, Your Honor.
you're welcome. All right, so we're just waiting on, I think, Oleg. They're doing paperwork.
Okay. He's a general.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Judge, are we still waiting on,
Yes.
Daniel de la Garza?
Mhm. No, we're waiting.
How many? The updated, but yeah. Paperwork done and we're waiting on.
Yeah, once y'all have the paperwork, I'll be ready to go. Just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Herrera, come forward. At least they moved federal courthouse to walking distance.
Thank God.
Yeah. Is it beautiful inside?
Oh, it is, it is.
Yeah.
I think it should have been 2 or 3 stories taller or whatever, but I think, the Republicans, cut the funding.
I don't know who cut funding.
I'm messing with you, but no, I
Yeah.
heard it should have been a lot bigger, but, and that the US attorney should have been in it too. And
Oh,
then
wow.
fill out the pyramid.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I used to walk from the drum. The
Yes.
hemisphere was nice, a nice walk. We get ice cream and stuff. Man, we were soaked, drenched in sweat by the time we got back here.
Oh, yeah. All right. So do you have all of the discovery?
I do, Your Honor, yes. And I have an offer now.
Okay. All right. How old are you?
¿Cuántos años tiene?
All right. Is he a citizen?
He is not, Your Honor, and that's the holdup in this, and I have an immigration lawyer.
All right. Spanish speaker?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long before the immigration attorney is able to look at things?
He's already looked at things and there is an offer that we can accept. They had made it before indictment, but I hadn't talked to him before that, so now that he's indicted, they've pulled it. But if they do make that offer, we can accept it. It would be dismiss this case and plead on the misdemeanor downstairs.
Mhm.
But right now, that's not, that's about the only acceptable thing that I understand. Other than that, it would need to be a trial, unfortunately.
All right, we're gonna bring you back on May 6th. And if you'll go in the back, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
Thank you very
So
much, Your Honor.
May 6th?
And then do I be ready on that day?
No, May 6th is his plea deadline date.
Perfect. Okay,
All right,
Sounds
so
good.
if you'll go to the back, get a reset form for Ms. Ferguson.
thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Different.
You have a seat on the bench.
Sure.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Thank you very much.
Oh.
The one.
Oh.
Yes.
Very much.
Thank you, Don.
I just kind of break.
Yeah. this is right.
Statement of motives.
Yeah. See, Courtney is the one who is off. Is that name plate still in there? Yes. Behind the door.
And I know, I've got. Drop off, so the modification on the. That's looking at we got Friday. Thanks for those videos. What we're doing. That's very true. Sad and true. A lot of discovery. That's all I. A lot of discovery. Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'll make that for you.
Thank you very much.
I just leave it back to. Okay, that's, okay, that's, they'll let me know. We're moving fast. They'll let me go by and say. Yeah.
And it's on those files.
Yeah.
I've left
Huh?
paperwork here.
Oh, I'm with you all the way.
These are ready to go back.
I didn't get much sleep.
I'm just keeping them here because I gotta work on some stuff. Thank you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was in the ER. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's all right. It's okay. It's, I know it's been, a lot. I'll sleep good tonight. Yeah.
This weekend?
Not this weekend,
That's what I heard.
but it's Fiesta. It can't rain during Fiesta.
Well, we'll be all in here to make sure.
Yeah, we won't even know the difference.
See,
We don't know if it would be raining outside or not.
hey, do you know what? Do not put bad vibes for people who are enjoying Fiesta.
Oh, they have that rain rock, don't they? Don't they have that rain rock that they're gonna put somewhere?
Judge, I have heard, everybody's gonna be enjoying Fiesta and we're in here.
Not if it's raining. Did anybody you know what, when I,
This is activity, Judge.
when I was telling my friend about Dubai and they say that they were cloud seeding, she said they actually did cloud seeding one time in San Antonio and it ended up flooding an area. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
But Judge, we have drainage system, Dubai doesn't.
Okay.
They got a lot of sand, I'll absorb it.
So it-
Yeah.
Have to wait. You just have to wait in Dubai. It's gonna go away.
And then their sky rises were not built to withstand that kind of wind or rain.
Well, yeah.
So they were flooding in their apartment.
Too narrow and tall.
They built it with a hot sun beating down.
What did my daughter say? She goes, oh, they all have G-Wagons, they'll be fine. She goes, I feel bad for all the people that have those very, very expensive, souped up cars because they're so low to the ground
Mhm.
and they're underwater now.
There are a lot that are in the water.
No, they got plenty of money.
Yeah, she
They
goes,
do,
I'm
they got
worried.
plenty of money.
Yeah.
Plenty of money.
But is anybody gonna park in commissioner space for Pachanga?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Is anybody gonna accidentally park in the commissioner space for Pachanga?
They won't even open up the thing for us, Judge.
They said they're doing free parking for a limited time.
Oh, really?
Flores Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Only the ones that can attend.
You know what, before this happened, y'all should have called my mom.
She's watching,
It's a
right?
full-time.
She's watching.
Let's get on there right now.
Mom?
Pretty please, we should run it. With the cherry on top, please.
Y'all should ask Hunter to call her.
Right, and I can circle.
So for your client, how many cases are we pleading on?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
One of the acts.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
And I have those.
Oh,
All
awesome.
4 of them, Judge. Would you like me to give them to you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Norma, could you give me the case files,
Oh,
Absolutely.
Oleg?
Yes, Adriana was taking some stuff out of there. But I don't know if she's everything out.
Oh, no, they're only pleading to one. Which cause number are you pleading to?
It's gonna be, yes, that's correct.
Olage? Okay, Olage.
Oh.
We're gonna see if he says that.
I had to make it clear to myself, Judge. It's gonna be a plan 2023 CR 6015.
So I need all the other cases.
No, you have it. please. That's not bad, come on. I do really like Michael, but I don't think you can consider us best friends. I do really like him. I did. What's up? I hope so.
And you're looking for 615 periods.
I sure hope so. On my shoes about that time.
Zach,
Yes, Your Honor.
here's this. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Olage.
Oh, see, I've gotten different pronunciations. Olage, Olage.
Okay, I didn't say Olege, I said Olage.
We're gonna find out.
Olage, I see Olage, I didn't say, never said Olege.
Okay. All right.
Olage.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 6015, State of Texas versus Jonathan Olage.
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 There you go.
Okay. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Exactly for the state, Your Honor.
Carl Bates for the defendant, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Olage?
All right.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Olage, showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Mr. Olage, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
Yes.
That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Which right was it? The jury?
The rights that I've gone over with you?
Yeah.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Do you understand? You want to give up your rights and then do a plea bargain.
Yeah.
You understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's your intention?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor. Just for the court's notice, I did have them worked out. He was found competent and also found sane. Those reports are in the court's file.
Thank you. Mr. Olage, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. The state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration the following cause numbers: 2023 CR 6014, 6016, 6017, and 6018. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition? If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just one moment. There's a sneeze that's stuck. You know how we have, that's what's messing me up.
It's the fragrant flower.
Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck. All right. So I'm sorry. Let's start over. Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand, according to the plea bargain, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication. Did you understand?
Yes.
And did you understand you're not qualified for regular community supervision, regular probation or community supervision? Did you understand that?
We explained, the court cannot give you probation, only deferred.
Oh, yeah, yes.
All right. And the reason why I say that is because I noticed when the box is checked, it says the state opposes community supervision in deferred adjudication. You're only eligible for deferred. Do you understand that? All right. And then the state is taking in consideration 2023 CR 6014, 6016, 6017, 6018. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, they're also asking for an affirmative finding of family violence. With that, that means you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Did you understand? You're also not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent. Did you understand?
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't.
That I didn't explain.
All right, do you want to explain that to him? Just,
You can have contact, you can be primary custodian. You can have contact with
All right.
your sister, you're with your sister.
Yeah.
You understand that?
So I can't be the primary.
You can't be the prime, you can still have contact with them and visit, but you can't be designated as the primary. I'm sorry to tell. Want me to go
problem.
explain to him more?
sure. Okay. Diane. Sorry, Adriana. Yeah. I fix anybody. Don't put this dismiss. Just hold on. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't file mine either. Judge.
All right, you ready to proceed? All right, did you understand that? All right, and then there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, there's to be no contact with Valerie Medina and Andrea Olege. I'm sorry. I'm doing my Louisiana French thing on that name. All right, did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? And then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer states one.
No, Judge.
All right, did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sure.
Again, did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 in attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing or you would
No, I
like a
think we need to
PSL?
Do a tap evaluation.
All right, we'll do a TAP evaluation, MIC evaluation and a PSI. What date are we coming back?
I can do May 30th. Is that enough time? Michelle, do you need more?
The first one of mental health evaluation. On the 6th of June.
You're on June 6th or June 13th?
13th would be better.
13th.
All right, we'll be back on June 13th. It's going to take a while based upon what I'm reading in the police report. I think a mental health evaluation would be appropriate.
Yeah, I have worked up from insanity, so there's some information there that might be helpful.
All right. And is your client planning on making bond or no?
Not getting all that. I don't think they can afford it. I don't think they can afford it. Yeah, well, we can talk about it some more. Right now, I don't.
All right.
And
what
I think
is-
it's better that you get some evaluations done quick so you can get out and get,
So this is what I'm gonna order. I'm gonna order that the TAP evaluation and the MIC evaluation be done while in custody. And then after that, we'll see about a bond, if you want to do a bond reduction.
That's fine. Yeah, I think it's good he gets evaluated. I think it's important. Based on your histories of, assault too for the evaluations. The other thing, I do have something in the afternoon on 13th. I can make sure I need to get it done in the morning.
Oh, no, no problem. Are you planning on having witnesses
I
possible?
will have some witnesses, probably 1 or 2. Okay.
All right, as soon as you're here and I call the docket, if you're ready to proceed, we'll be ready to proceed. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing this time, yeah.
Thank you. By the time I see you next time, I'll pronounce your name correctly. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, I will see you all back in May. Oh, not May, I'll be back.
Judge, what do you want me to do with those excuses?
Oh, you can go ahead and,
Okay, do those?
yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. I'll see you all back April 29th, unless flights are delayed.
Judge, it's gonna be that long?
Yeah.
April
Before
29th?
I see you again?
Yes, it will be that long. And then if my flight is delayed, I'll let Judge Angelini know.
Don't delay that flight, Judge.